Scott, why is my business not growing?
Well, because you're the boss. Nate, why is my business not growing?
Scott, you haven't identified your ideal client. So if your business isn't growing, it's probably because of one of these 5 things that we're going to share in this video. So let's jump right in. The first reason that I've experienced times where my business hasn't been growing versus when it is growing is when you're working in your business, not on your business. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yes, I do. I understand it conceptually. I can't necessarily put it into words, but that makes sense.
Okay. Well, like somebody who works in their business could be a dentist and they're the one drilling the teeth all day long.
You're busy with the day-to-day. You're working in the business as opposed to the overall vision of where it's supposed to be going and what's happening. Yeah.
If with a YouTube channel, if I'm filming all day and then I'm editing all night, I don't have time or brain power to think about how to grow my business or even really come up with great new ideas just because I'm working in the business. And that's usually one of the biggest factors of why your business isn't growing is because we haven't systematized things enough. We're spending so much time just working in it that we're really not working on it. If you want a tip, learn more how to systematize that, I recommend the book, The EMyth Revisited. You hear me talk about that quite a lot.
Yeah. It must be a really big book.
It's an amazing book, and I recommend that you read it, Scott.
You want me to read something, not just listen to it?
I know that you prefer to read the old school way.
I like to read. I think that does your brain better, but that's
Michael Gerber, the author of the book, he does like the sound of his voice, and so if you listen to that...
Oh, gosh. There's one reason right there to read it.
All right. Reason number 2 is that your business isn't scalable. Now, maybe you've just set it up in a way where you can't take on more customers or clients. At a certain point, my business is there right now because I'm currently doing all the filming. And until I get more people to help me with the filming side of things, I can't grow beyond a certain point.
There's so many hours in a day and so many days in a month that you can physically be doing something. Yeah.
So it just might simply be a matter of scalability.
You might have to fly some of your Filipino team over here to live and be camera people.
That'd be cool.
Right? I'm just trying
to get them
excited. That's all. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't like it here.
They seem pretty happy where they are.
It's a nice place. All right, but
awesome.
I digress.
All right, let's get to one that might be a little bit hurtful. But your business isn't growing. People aren't finding you. You've got this amazing business idea. You've got this amazing product or this fantastic service that's so helpful.
Yeah. And your marketing skills suck.
People just aren't finding you. It's like, in the olden days when we didn't have the internet, we had to put our businesses on a busy street corner or a public street where lots of people are walking by. Well, imagine we create this amazing restaurant or this amazing store, but we put it back hidden where nobody can see it.
Right.
Well, that's essentially what happens when we have a website that doesn't get any traffic. It's just people aren't seeing it. People don't know how to find you.
Yeah.
And that needs to be fixed.
What do you do?
Well, you hear me talk a lot about YouTube. There's a lot of things that we talk about LinkedIn. Those are 2 great, easy ways that you can create content that, like with YouTube, you create a how-to video. People are asking a question that you have the expertise for, so you create a video answering their question. Somebody in India or somebody in Ohio, has that question. They now find you. They see you as that expert, and now you have a potential customer in front of you.
Yeah, you got exposure to your expertise and possibly your services that you're offering or whatever else. It's a beginning. It's a way to get exposure. Yeah.
So, and we could talk a lot more about a variety of different ways of marketing, but essentially if your business isn't growing, there's not people that are finding you. You don't have enough exposure, so you need to find a way to market your business.
Can you tell we're on video 29 of 70? We got to get our energy up. Let's talk about the ideal client, right? Because isn't that what it is? You tell me. You haven't identified your ideal client. What do you mean by that? I mean, do I just want one client?
I can tell you a story with this one.
All right.
So years ago when my company offered website design as a service, at first I offered this service to all small business owners. And I wasn't honed in on my ideal client. and I didn't know who that was. I maybe had some guesses, but I would help restaurant owners and dentists and attorneys and accountants. I would help coaches and speakers and mentors. I didn't know the difference. And I would find that I'd be on the phone with some, and 5 minutes would go by, and I'd just be checking the time, like, man, I really just, I don't want to help this person. That's just how I felt.
Plus, you don't like talking on the phone, as we've already determined.
But there are some people that I would be on the phone with, an hour would go by, and I'd be like, really? An hour has gone by? This has been fun. So, one, I really had to find what was the difference. And I found that I really like working with influencers, people who they are their product or service, they have an expertise to share, like coaches, like speakers, like mentors. That's just me. And I also, I then catered my services to services that would help them. But it's really important to narrow down your audience, not just offer your services to everybody, because if your services are available to everybody, you're not going to sell to anybody, right?
Yeah.
So in my case today, I work with influencers that have an existing business, that have a following, and let's say I'm going to do a marketing campaign on LinkedIn. I'm not going to target those that are interested in knitting or auto repair or basketball and learning how to jump higher. I'm going to target influencers that want to grow their tribe in a bigger way. So the more narrow and specific, if I know that I work better with men or women, one or the other, then I can focus on, if there's
you
a specific
can't be
age
all
range.
things to all people is kind of the old adage. The shotgun approach to finding customers, it doesn't set you up for who you are or play to your strengths. Like you say, we talk a lot about doing research, finding things and drilling down, but figuring out, spending some time. In another video, we talked about spending almost an entire day figuring out who this ideal client is, in terms of time spent, 8 hours racking your brain, consulting with other people. Who is it that I'm really, really going to fit comfortably with? I'm going to be able to over-deliver and really please this one client. And then from there, I'll go, well, there's enough of those one clients that I can make a living at this.
So the fear is, but if I only target these clients, then what about this client over here that I would also really like to have? But imagine this. If this client A, my ideal client, comes to my website, and my website says, well, I can help you with YouTube, but I can help you with LinkedIn, and I help you with Twitter, and I help you with Instagram, and I can help design your website, and I can help make a video, and I can help write the music for it, and I can paint pictures for you. Client A, although it's a perfect client for me and I might be able to help them really well, they're just going to see, man, this guy does everything, which means he's not the perfect
It's not a
fit for me.
specialist for the one thing that I really want.
Yeah, but if he's looking for help with building a YouTube following, and he comes to me and my website says,
I specialize in building YouTube followings.
And then there's examples, there's testimonials.
Yeah. Leonardo da Vinci was fantastic for his time. But, the Renaissance men, Renaissance people of today, they've really got to be, you have to be able to prove, like certifiably, that you are the best in all 6 of those areas. And then we'll come flocking to you. But most of us just go, you're great at painting ceilings. And you're great at that, and the other stuff, sorry, Lenny, you're not that good at. We just want you to paint our ceiling here in the Sistine Chapel. I'm just dragging on this beautiful little, this is a thread of a, see, that's what I'm good at, saying literally nothing.
So we've actually only got one more point.
Oh, boy.
This is one more important one. If your business isn't growing, you probably don't have client testimonials, right? Good reviews or something like that. Now, if you've narrowed in to your ideal target audience, to your avatar, and you've done well for them, then you can create a portfolio. You can get some testimonials from them. If you don't have any, because we live in a society where we like to look at reviews. When I buy a product on Amazon,
oh, of course,
I look how many stars it has and how many people have voted to give the 4.5 stars or whatever.
How many billions does Yelp make just from, people sharing their own reviews and opinions?
So if I go to a website of somebody that's got a service that they provide, I'm going to dig through and say, okay, how legit is this company? Do they have other customers? Because can I find something that shows who they work with, that shows a sample of what they're going to do for me? I really need to see that. So if you don't have something like that, you don't have a portfolio, you don't have client testimonials, that might be one of the biggest reasons why your business isn't growing.
And by the way, may I just say candidly, some clients will absolutely agree to do a testimonial, but they never have the time to write it. So half the time or more, they're just going to say, write some things down, and then I'll review it, and I'll sign off on it. I mean, truly, you'll get that. I mean, if it's a raving customer, they can't wait to write you a letter. But a lot of them, with a little nudge, if they allow you to kind of say what you want them to say,
and I've done that
you can
before.
say that.
A lot of times,
everybody does that.
You want to make it legit, but it's easy.
Right.
You can say, Nate is great about this, this, and this, and you write a few sentences that are really like,
and
wow.
you submit it to them.
Then you say, hey, is this something you would say about me?
Yes,
I
of
can
course.
Put your name
Put
to
my
it.
name on it. Exactly. That's nothing wrong. It's not unethical or immoral. They're still calling the shots, but it does facilitate the process if you go, I can help you come up with a few things because you're a busy person. So just saying.
So I recommend it on LinkedIn. You can get people to review you right there. Is that what it's called, a review or?
Yeah, the little I think they are LinkedIn reviews.
There's a couple different ways of
recommendations.
Recommendations. You can get that directly right here on LinkedIn. I recommend doing that. I recommend doing a recommendation.
It's like a meta recommendation.
I also recommend that you like this video, share it with other people. On YouTube, make sure you subscribe. On LinkedIn, make sure you follow and connect with me.
Or me, Scott Christopher. I'm on LinkedIn. See you next time.